Live video is starting. I don't know why it's saying button unavailable.
Live dashboard heading level 1.
Because you are live.
Exit NVDA dialog. What would you like to do? Combo box exit allow.
Okay. We
There
should
we
be
are.
we should be live and in living color and all
We
that.
are. Of course, there's a slight delay, but from what I'm seeing.
And for once, we're on early.
Yes.
How about that?
I think we got on here before other people, because I have no comments yet.
That's quite all right. I'd rather be on a little early.
One person watching. Hello.
That's us.
Oh,
We're watching. I think. Maybe not.
I don't know.
If it's not us, hello.
Hi.
If it is us, hello.
Greetings to us.
That's right. We're awfully glad we came today.
It's good to see us. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, I think everything is fine.
It looks like it, and I learned something. You can start and stop this and not lose the stream. Let
That's a
me
good thing.
limber up the fingers here.
Pat is here. Pat Byrne. Hi, George, and you.
Hello, Pat.
Oh, your wife. Sorry about that.
Good to see you, sir. Good evening. From the Emerald Isle. Nice to have you with us today, Pat. It's going to be we're going to have a lot of fun today.
And then he said, "You see what I sent you last time? It was like what you are," I think he means playing. Good, thanks. There is a thing that says new comments that is covering up part of the comments. I have to wait for it to bump up to be able to read the whole thing, and I can't figure out how to fix that.
I don't know if you could scroll up.
I
Scroll
tried that,
down.
and then I ended up losing that. Let's see if I do a little. Facebook's does like, okay, that may have gotten. Okay. Then Pat said, "My mother is very bad with dementia."
Oh, I'm so
Wait, I
sorry.
need
to
to bring my mic up a little bit. Nobody can hear me.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I knew she wasn't doing well, but
Well, shit, I'm gonna have to move this just a little bit. There. I will probably sound better now. Sorry about that. There. Now people can hear me, I imagine. Your dog found my drink here. No.
No, you can't have her drink.
Well, she's using her nose a lot lately.
Yeah, poor old girl. Hi. Yeah, you want to drip water all over the auto harp, do you? So, important stuff like petting me is not getting
It's
done.
not getting done. No.
How you doing?
Oh, Pat said thanks for your kindness.
Well, it's the least we can do. I wish we could do more. Indeed.
Oh, I think I dropped the cable out of my mic on top of everything else now. I'll have to plug it back in. So, I'll be right back.
That's odd.
It must have been ready to come out.
You have to get it in just a certain way. There you go. Sounds like you got it now.
I could see it. Okay. It had 3 little plug-in places,
Yeah.
which matched up nicely with the things you plug in. Very close.
Couple minutes to go. Usually we're late.
I know. Well,
Today
and
we
then
were
we have
early.
problems, but we haven't this time.
No. But there's a new interface coming along. They're gonna-
Yes. Hey, Dan is here. Hi, all.
Hey, Dan!
Here for a bit, still recovering from camping, and have some things that I will have to attend to here and there.
Well, that's
Welcome,
fine.
though.
I'm glad you could
Welcome.
come by. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The auto harps arrived in
Yes.
good condition. And I got my iPhone working.
Yes.
And I got the talking tuner working. Used it this morning and tuned up 3 auto harps in about 2 hours because it took, I'll be faster
well,
at
3
it.
harps,
Yeah,
2 hours.
but
People
they're
would say
they're
that's
almost
good.
perfectly tuned. It was the hardest one to tune was the Schreiber, because the strings next to each other tended to have sympathetic vibrations. But
Hey, Bay Allen.
hey, Bay!
Champ.
Wow! Good afternoon. Great to have you with us.
Our son helped put the plaque up.
Yep, we have our plaque
It is up.
up on our wall.
I was so proud of him. Oh my. And got to hear it. Got to hear the.
Got you. Well,
I got to hear contest because I paid for it.
Yeah,
we paid for it.
We joined
so.
the virtual MLAG for that
So proud
and
of
for the release party.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you into my head and what I was thinking here in just a few minutes. We're going to have a good time.
Yes.
For the first time, we're going to use multiple harps.
Yes.
So we don't know how well that's going to work out.
You have graduated to that.
But I going to show you the harp that I won here in a little bit,
What a beauty.
and we just kind of hang around here for a couple of minutes for people to join.
The time is
1:01.
Well,
I guess we'll get started. And
oh, Philippa's here.
Hey,
Hi,
Philippa.
guys, with a smile face. Welcome.
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 Glad to see you. Hope things are going well up your way.
Bay said, get a big lazy Susan, spin around and kick beneath Mike.
Ooh, good idea. That I need.
Aha.
I have a son who might be able to build that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, this show is our 64th performance for you all, and we just have more fun almost every time.
Well, last time was a little challenging.
And we
so
had
not as
internet
much
issues
fun,
all
but
day.
That was the internet.
Yeah.
We thought it was us. We kept trying to figure out, how do we fix it? What can we do? And there wouldn't have been
There
anything.
wasn't anything. And then later on, I tried to join a Zoom song circle, and we couldn't join it either. So,
Jenna is here.
hello, Jenna.
So happy for you. Glad to be watching. Welcome, Jenna. We're glad to have you.
Good to have the ladies
Yes.
from the Arab Public
Public
Library
Library.
join us.
Yes.
So, this one is called Back from MLAG, and MLAG is the Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Gathering, and I'm going to tell you all about a lot of the things that happened to us there. And more than once this afternoon, I'm going to thank you all, because if it hadn't been for you and your generous donations, I wouldn't have gone. And none of this would have happened.
Philip said, so you won the contest?
I won the contest.
Yes.
I won the frickin' contest.
He won it.
I did. That's what you can see my championship plaque.
Yes, there it is. And the harp he
and the
won
harp will be on shortly.
will be on shortly. Hillary is here.
Hello,
from
Hillary.
And
Good to
Lavonda.
see you.
I
Hello,
finally
Lavonda.
made you. Made it.
Wow, this is a great one. I was gonna almost called you. There have been so many good things happen to me lately. I'm waiting for the other foot to fall, but
Flip said, good job.
I'm enjoying every minute of it. I flew to Detroit, and then Dan drove us to the gathering in Pennsylvania. It was about a 7 or 8 hour drive each way, actually 9 coming back. And we got checked in and everything, and it was the experience of a lifetime, folks. It really was. We met so many nice people and so many friendly folks. We jammed. We did all kinds of things. The new site for the gathering is fabulous. Really nice, air-conditioned buildings on a beautiful college campus. I was gonna try to do as much as I possibly could in the gathering, because I figured I would not get back. We couldn't hardly go anywhere without people asking about Lulu and what Lulu did for me and all of that. Lots of people loved Lulu. They would have probably ignored me if it hadn't been for Lulu, but she did a wonderful job. Sadly, that was her last trip. She's going to retire. In
Yes.
fact, she pretty much is retired
She
now.
mostly is, yeah.
She's making very seriously dangerous guiding errors, and she knows it as soon as she does it. But we think she might be losing her sight, which would be highly ironic. But anyway, she did great at the gathering, and we heard some tremendous performances. Ivan Stiles did a concert with his buddy Chuck Kupferschmidt. They bill themselves as the Acoustic Coots, and the button on my hat is one that I got from Ivan, proclaiming that I am a cootie, and I am, proudly so. Cindy Harris performed, Lucille Riley, Ron Walls. My golly, there were so many people, and just absolutely wonderful performances. I learned a lot just listening to these guys and gals play, and got to actually break bread with some of them. Had breakfast with Cindy Harris, had lunch, or was it dinner? I think it was dinner with Lucille Riley. Jim and Midori Hall were there. got to actually meet Ivan Stiles,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's a heck of a guy in person now. He really is. He's just a barrel of fun all the time. Um, so Thursday, I did an open stage. They have an hour of open stage, and they take 6 people, and you get 10 minutes. And I played 3 songs, was very well received. I played the song about Uncle Hiram and the homemade beer, and I played the song about power tools, and I played the song I do about breakfast food and the prizes that you used to get in the boxes, and was very well received. And then it got down to the contest. Now, not engaging in false modesty here, folks. This is full disclosure. I did not expect to even get to the second round of the contest because, man, there's great auto harpers that enter that contest. There just are. And I thought, well, and I said it many times on the show too, the worst I'm going to do is get 2 songs on the CD. You can buy the 2 CD set of all the songs played in the contest if you will go to mlag.org and then click on the shop link. You can order yours. They'll come out in August. You need to order them now so they know how many to produce. There's some great people. Doug Pratt was there. Howard Solomon played. He comes by the show from time to time. Michael Poole, the 2018 champ, was there. Anyway, you can't speak and you can't play medleys. No fair combining songs. You're only allowed 2 songs. Well, Wednesday night, I'm laying in bed and I realized I got to give Lulu commands to settle her down. You know, she doesn't respond to hand signals and stuff. I have to say, Lulu sit, Lulu down. And I'm thinking, man, I can't do that.
There's no way you can be
I'm going to
quiet
disqualify myself. Yeah. So I checked with the chairman of the contest and the sound guy. And the sound guy said, oh, man, you know, I didn't think of that either. But he said, I can cut the mics to the... I'll mute all the microphones so that the judges won't hear anything until you get settled. And so that's how we did it. I was the second. We drew lots to see who went to get the order. So there were 11 contestants. So, you know, there was a bowl, and I pulled out a piece of paper, and I got number 2. Dan took Lulu and me up there, and we got settled. And these are the songs that I picked for the first round, and I'm going to play them for you on the harp that I played. This is the one I call Kentucky. It's an Oscar Schmidt. I did not play the Tahoma because I just felt like I just wasn't good enough with it yet to win the contest, especially nervous and everything like anybody would be. I took this auto harp to see Pete Daigle's guy, Greg, whose last name escapes me. I apologize for that, Greg. And he lowered the action. I told him I wanted it as low as he could get it. And when I got it back, it was a new instrument. Anyway, so these are the songs that I played in the first round. The first one was, Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? I played it better the other day.
I have several comments. I
Okay.
had them building up.
All right, let's go through them. Great.
Robert C. Richmond, and this was 9 minutes ago. Good to hear this good friend with his music, and to know you're getting some well-deserved recognition. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And Lavonda said, let's see me put that down. Oh dear, went too far. Sorry.
It's a new computer, folks. We gotta.
Well, for me, yeah. Then Lavonda, let's get down a little bit here. I'm having trouble getting her comment for some reason. Please do call so we can catch up.
Oh, I will. I absolutely will. Got a lot of
And,
stuff to talk about.
They said, but there is a lag with the video. Yes, he was saying that he could hear fine, but there is a lag.
Oh dear.
And Pat said, I see George. Amber said, hi guys, hello.
Hello, Amber.
Hello, Amber. And Flip said, nicely played
Thank you.
on that.
Are we caught
I
up?
have,
Oh.
wait,
Oh, good.
Bob said no sound yet. And Pat said George is very good at it. And Flip said nicely played. So I
No
think I got all
sound
the
yet.
comments there.
That's odd. Okay, well, Bob, I don't know quite what to say about that. Let me.
Flip had said it sounds and looks good here. And John Wendling said, congratulations on your MLAG win. That was up above, and I didn't see it at first.
Thank you, John.
And Brenda had said, we can see you but cannot get sound, Brenda and Bob. That's where that was. Okay, so I don't know why that didn't show before. It's something about the way this advances, it can skip. So I will try to watch it so that doesn't happen.
Well, but you can't stop in the middle of songs and all to read
No,
comments, unfortunately.
but we'll get it.
We
We
will
will
do
get
our
it.
best to get everybody on because you are a big part of this.
Absolutely.
You made it happen.
Let's see. Dan said sound is good up here in the D. There is indeed a very slight lag. Bob said, got sound now. Yay.
All right, good deal.
I notice a lag, but I usually have one. You know, from
Well, that's because we're
yeah,
live. And
We're
it
live,
takes
so.
time. Okay.
And Kevin Kose, Kose, enjoying the music. What
Thank you.
kind of finger picks do you use?
Oh, hello, Kevin. I'm not sure you've been here before. If you have, I apologize, but welcome anyway. Great to have you with us.
Yes.
These are Alaska finger picks. They're made of plastic. And this thumb pick is just a generic thumb pick. I don't even know who made it. But they fit under the fingernail. I played bare nails for like 35, 40 years. Well, not 40 because I haven't been playing that long, but now that I'm older, my fingernails aren't as strong as they were, and they tend to chip and crack. So I like these because I can pick both ways. They're just like fingernails. So they fit, there's the nail, so there's a piece that comes around here, and then this piece goes under. I don't know if we could show anybody these, but anyway, they're Alaska finger picks. You can buy them on Amazon. It's the cheapest place to get them. You get a dozen for like $14, and I haven't worn them out yet, and they're the closest to fingernails to bare nails that I've ever had. And we're going to show you what you can do with these right now. So anyway, I played that song. I got a pretty nice round of applause for that. So then I played this. And I got very nice applause for that. Some whistling and whooping and stuff.
Pat said, great hearing it, auto harp. And Kevin said, wow, in big letters, you rock, man! Exclamation point. And Hillary said, so glad you played dueling auto harps. No wonder you won. You must have blown their socks off.
Well, they were. I got them. I will say, I got more applause for that song than anybody else got for what they played. There were a lot of good players that played. Oh, one guy played stuff from Star Wars. There were classical pieces played. There was all kind of stuff, but that's not me. And about halfway through that first song, the Brother, Can You Spare a Dime, I was starting to get real nervous and thinking, what are the judges going to think of this and everything? And something just came into my head and said, forget about the judges, entertain the audience. And as soon as I just forgot about them, I just put them out of my mind, and my playing improved tremendously. So we're sitting around, and I told Dan, I said, okay, we got our 2 songs. That's good. He said, no, I think you're going to make it to the second round. And I said, well, there's a lot of good people. And they said, okay, we've got the 5 finalists, and the first one was number 2. That was me. Yeah. So they took the 5 of us backstage, and we drew lots again. And I was number 3 in that drawing. Now, I had 2 more songs I was going to play, and one of them was this one. Let's see if I can play this. This is the one I didn't play. Okay, so I'm listening to Doug Pratt. I think it was Doug. He's playing this really fancy, precise, perfectly played pieces of music. And I turned to Dan and I said, I can't win with that song. What do you think about playing Foggy Mountain Breakdown? And he said, can you? I said, yep. I can. I can play it in my sleep. And he said, there's one thing I'll tell you. When you get to that fastest one, when you do the 3 reps and you speed it up every time, play it faster than you've ever played it before. So when it came to be my turn, I played the following 2 songs. The first one is San Francisco Bay Blues by Jesse Fuller, and the second one is Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Mountain Breakdown.
Wow.
And the crowd just went nuts. I mean, it blew my mind. The audience really, really liked it. And I didn't know, but if it would stack up. So I listened, everybody else played. I was third, so there were 2 people before and 2 people after. But I made the decision to play that song at the very last minute, and I believe, and I think Dan, who was there, would agree with me that that's probably what won me the contest. So anyway, they said, okay, the judges are going to tabulate their results, and then we're going to have a brief intermission, and then we'll announce the winners. So they brought all 5 of us backstage, and after a while they came in with the judges' results, and Greg said, will contestant number 3 raise their hand? And then I realized I was contestant number 3, so I still wouldn't let myself believe that I'd done very well. So I figured, well, they'll tell the plaque winners first. So I probably got a 4th or a 5th. So I raised my hand, and he said, "Come choose your harp. You won it all."
My goodness.
I was absolutely blown away. Now we are going to...
I have some comments.
Okay.
I'd like to catch up.
Yes, please.
At the end of, my brain just dropped it. The other,
San Francisco Bay Blues.
no, the auto harp, dueling auto harp. Gee,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
brain. Anyway, after that one, John Wendling said, "Now that gets the toe a tapping."
Thanks, John.
And Bob Hale came in and said, "Well done, well deserved, George." And
Thank you.
Pat said,
Thanks, Bob.
I can't read that. It has George. It has George, I think he said. And let me come down just a little bit. I don't want to lose any. For sure. And Terry Linder is here. Hello,
Terry.
to you
Welcome.
both.
Thanks for coming.
And happy Saturday, sir and ma'am, and happy Saturday to you. And Terry came back and said, there we go, stepping right in and started. And I stepped right in and started. I'm sorry. Why did it look like that?
Well,
Anyway, I'm sorry. And then Pat said, great, oh great, where did it go? Oh, great stuff. And Dan said, FMB, absolutely, hang on. Absolutely sealed the deal. The perfect choice at the performance. At the perfect moment.
Thanks,
The
Dan.
perfect choice at the perfect moment. Amber said, love it. Bob said, great sound, amazing playing, loved it. And Flip said, very well done. Ivan is here.
Hello,
Hi,
Ivan.
George and Lynn just got home to tune in. And Libby, let's see, where does hers? Come on, thing. It doesn't want to let
Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, Ivan. It was sure a pleasure to meet you at MLAG. It really was. I met so many great people there. And
Libby left a comment, but I can't seem to get this to drop down. Oh, wait. I have, hold on. I am here and just heard your last tune and so happy for you winning first place. Thank you, Libby.
thank you, Libby.
I'll learn to fly this thing one of these days.
We'll definitely see you this evening unless something catastrophic happens.
Terry said hello, and I was dancing. I see. I'm sorry. Cindy
you.
Harris, you were a star, George. That
Hi,
last
Cindy.
tune was definitely the right choice. And she also said the audience was giggling every time you got faster on the last part.
Thanks. Thanks so much. It was such a pleasure meeting you and doing the interview. Cindy was the one who interviewed me for the CD. Yeah, and she did a great job too. So if you happen to be tuned in virtually, you got to see that. We did very, very well selling our CDs.
Yes.
We are real close to the 200 mark already. Of
CDs
sales.
sold.
Yeah, we've raised over $3,000 for Southeastern Guide Dogs. Thanks to everyone who
Yes,
who
thank
bought a
you.
copy. And if you haven't got yours yet, go to AutoHarpDownHome.com and pick one up. Every penny other than shipping and handling and all that goes to Southeastern Guide Dogs for training dogs like Lulu.
Cindy said, love channeling my inner Terry Gross.
That's
I'm not
right.
inner-
You did too. You were good.
You were good. I
You were
enjoyed
good.
that very much.
So now we're going to do something that we've never done before. So hopefully the wheels don't fall off of it.
Okay, good.
We're going to swap auto harps here. I will give you this one, and you can put it in its case or over out of the way, and then you can give me the next one, okay?
Okay. Now, if you want to, let me move your mic out of the way for just a minute.
Yeah.
All right, now come back toward this way. There we are.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Give us a minute, folks. And I am, where did my mic go? There it is. I am going to now show you the prize, the auto harp that I chose as the champion.
Okay. This one is up, this one, so it doesn't get away. Wandering around.
No, I like that auto harp.
Yes.
I guess it was the third auto harp I ever owned.
Now, the new.
Yes. Do you,
There it was for a second.
do you want me to move this mic again, or can you?
Just leave it there for a minute.
Okay.
Unless you put it back.
I moved
I
it
think
so
you
I could
had-
talk into it.
Right,
You
that's
had it.
probably a good idea, George. I really wasn't thinking.
You had it.
Now, which end do you want first? Or
The
you
big
pick?
end.
Okay. Wait. Then you can swing it around however you want. Oops, my hair
I'm sorry.
almost went with you. I got it. And down. Okay.
Let's beat the mics up. Did I mess the mics up?
I'm going to raise this one back up a bit.
Okay.
There. I think we're good.
All
And
right.
now I'll put mine back where it belongs. And me where I belong, I think.
Okay. I think that goes up a little bit.
Yes, I think you're right.
Can you see this? I hope you can.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be seen.
This is a Schreiber F diatonic auto
You
harp.
could tip it up from this back to like that.
Like that?
Yes.
How's that? Oh, you won't know for a minute.
There, now. And we'll move this mic. No, it's the auto harp mics that are a little bit in the way, but there's nothing. Go ahead and put it back down. But you can see
It's a beautiful instrument.
it is.
And on the wide end where the fine tuners are, it's been engraved Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Gathering 2022.
I have comments.
Go ahead.
Bob Hale. We listen to Forever Friends CD every day. Great CD.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Bob.
you. And Amber said, yay, I was hoping you were going to show it. And Cindy Harris said, pretty. And Dan Wolking, stunning creation. And yes, when you hear it, it's beautiful to look at. And the sound is also stunning.
I finally got it tuned. Now I need to get somebody to teach me how to play
Hillary
it.
says that's a lovely harp.
Thank you, Hillary. I think so too. I got to get somebody to show me how to play it and do all those fancy fiddle tunes and stuff that y'all do with diatonics. I'll find somebody. Maybe Karen Mueller will teach me, or somebody. I'll work on that here very shortly. I am going to play you a song or two that use the fundamental chords. Because there are some really unusual chords. So let's listen to.
Well, Dan said he was too tired and wiped out to tune it the night he got it. Yes. I
Right.
don't know why. It's only 36 strings.
Yeah, but it's totally different.
Oh, I'm
The
too-
string
I know
schedule
that
is
now.
very different.
It is,
It's a
yes.
scale. And it's an F scale. So I was an Android. This may seem non sequitur, but it isn't. I was an Android phone user. What little bit I used a phone, and I switched to an iPhone. And the main reason is because they have a talking tuner app that will tell me whether my strings are off, sharp or flat, and by how many cents. Wonderful thing. Now I can tune just like everybody else. So I tuned this morning. These are new strings, so it may not be perfect, but
Can
here's...
I interrupt you just a second?
Yep.
Dan had said tired and wired. I didn't think I read
Yeah,
Did
okay.
I read that right?
I don't know.
And Bob said, beautiful harp. My Brenda has a Greg Schreiber G/D diatonic.
Mm-hmm.
And Cindy Harris, I think you know someone who gives lessons on fiddle tunes, George. Just call me. Okay.
I'll do that. I will do that. There are very strange chords on here. All right. See, strange chords. Far out. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to play you a song, I hope, called Late Night Radio.
Dan said,
By-
geez, that has depth.
Yeah,
that
it does.
got depth.
By
That has,
Taffy and Bill Danoff.
oh, here we go. Geez, has that got depth. Sorry, Dan. I don't know why things aren't coming out in order for me.
Well,
I'm tired, I think.
you're doing a fine job. Don't worry about it.
And Amber, wow, what a beautiful sound.
It
Yes,
is. So
it is beautiful.
this song is no more comments.
No
now.
more comments.
I want to do
Hang
the
on,
song because
folks.
I'll never get there.
I know.
Okay. This song was sung by John Denver and was written by Taffy and Bill Danoff. It's called Late Night Radio. There's lonely hearts in Arkansas, there's truckers in Des Moines, all there to keep me company in the early morn. A world unknown to daytime is forever going on, the airways of the nation between midnight and the dawn. Late night it everywhere I go. Best friend when I'm lonely is the late night radio. Well, I turned the dial a little bit past 101.2 in time to catch the news and see who's shooting who. Then I hunt around for old songs they're so good to hear again. To think of how it was, imagine how it might have been. Late night radio, take it everywhere I go. Best friend when I'm lonely is the late night radio. La la la, sing along, 'cause I never know the words. La 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 la. I'd love to call a talk show, but I haven't got the nerve. La la la. Whoa, radio. Well, the Lord is still my shepherd, but them preachers got go. This time of night my interest lies in UFOs. So I turn the dial a little past 56.3 to find myself a lullaby and rock me off to sleep. Late night radio, take it everywhere I go. Best friend when I'm lonely is the late night radio. Late night radio, take it everywhere I go. My best friend when I'm lonely is the late night radio.
Yeah. Kevin Koss said, nice voice and lovely harp.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, this is a beautiful instrument. Let's see. Let's do one more of these. I didn't plan to do this, but I think I can do this. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, little Jackie Paper, loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came, and pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. The dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along that cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.
Wow. Cindy Harris has clapping hands.
Thank you,
And,
Cindy.
Kevin said, Puff the Magic Dragon. I play that one. Whoops, come back, come back. Hang on. Slipped on me. Okay. Kevin said, Puff the Magic Dragon. I play that one too. There are some nice chord changes in it. Great playing.
Yeah, it's the fundamental, and then the 3 minor, and then the 4, and the 5, and then there's a chord in there that I didn't have because. But man, there are some interesting chords. Here's something I just love, and I don't know if I'll ever use it, but listen to this. What a great ending for something, you know? Anyway, I'm just in the very first stages of discovery. What with shipping concerns and everything else, I've only had this 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, you've only had it out 2 or 3 days.
I've only had it a couple
and
of
you
3
didn't
days.
get to play it like Dan said.
Right.
Tired and wired.
Oh yeah, and then Saturday was the release party, and Sunday was the last concerts, and then the drive home. But just a truly memorable occasion, the experience of a lifetime, and I owe it all to you guys. You did it. You sent me.
We're very
Because
grateful.
I wouldn't have been able to go. I really don't think that I could have come up with the resources, the money. But over the past year and a half, those of you who could, donated a little bit here and a little bit there, and we raised just enough to get me there and back. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for that.
I have a couple more comments.
Okay.
Lavonda said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't heard this since Sandra used to play it and sing it," referring to Puff, the Magic Dragon. And Libby, again on that song, "Can hear the clear melody strings!" exclamation point.
Yes.
And John Wendling, "When I play Puff the Magic Dragon, I always get choked up like I did as a kid, and I..."
Yeah, me too.
Poor dragon.
They did a. If you were a kid and you heard Puff the Magic Dragon, you might have seen it done on the Captain Kangaroo show.
Oh my, yeah.
They did an animation of it. And in the end, when they're saying, he no longer went to play, then at the very end, another little boy came along. So that cheers up the
Oh,
children
yes,
so they don't get
yes.
traumatized. Just had to do that. All right.
Now are you on?
That's all I know, folks. I've exhausted my repertoire on this harp.
Yes. Shall you?
Yeah, let's see if
I'll
we
tell you
can.
what. If we sit it up like
That.
and then slide it toward me, and I will catch it underneath this way.
Very nice little handle right there, by the
Oh,
way.
I see.
See that?
Then I will move my microphone out of the way, and I will switch you to your.
The rest of the concert will be played on
Oh
the Tahoma.
yes, John said yes, Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr.
And Bunny Rabbit and Mr. Moose and the Dancing Bear. That one I couldn't get because it was all visual, but I loved the music that went with it. And all those songs that they did, Oscar the Airsick Eagle and all those things, yeah.
I'll be back.
I wonder we turned out the way we did.
It's wrong. I'm trying to get this zipped so I can set it where it needs to be. Making the sounds. This one, you will have to get that card out from under.
Oh, I forgot. This is, do the same operation, tip it up. Got it.
That is the toe.
This is the Tahoma. And every once in a while I forget and I get that. So you don't want to do that, folks.
And Terry came back. You're now we are talking. That's my little tunes. Speaking
Yeah.
of the Captain Kangaroo show, I think. Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. This auto harp, most of you have seen before, but this was made by Pete Daigle. It's his newest creation. It's called a Tahoma. I've been talking about it ever since I ordered it last October at the California Auto Harp Gathering. Wonderful harp.
It's yes.
And it is,
Oh, we forgot to put the microphones around. You want me to come around and try to do that?
yeah, let's
Okay,
try
'cause
to.
it's tell them about how it's a left.
This is a left-handed, well, it's not strictly a left-handed, but the chord bars are, as you see, on the left side. So I don't have to cross my hands to play it. I thought that would make me an instant auto harp prodigy, but it hasn't really turned out that way. I have to learn how to play this way, but I think once I do, it's going to be really, really good.
Try and move the cables too.
Yeah.
I believe.
This harp is the, you're getting on my pedal
I
there.
moved it back. I
Th-
think that's got it. What do you think?
I think that's as good as you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And
Unless they
I applaud
go
the
back again.
I
Was
applaud
that
your
speedy?
rapidity. Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
getting fast.
Yeah, that's right. The top and frame of this is made out of one piece of pin block, like they use in pianos. The back of it is made of a plywood, a maple plywood that comes from France. It's spelled Yokume, and I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Don't ask me,
Nancy
I'm
Stiles
not
could
good
tell
at
me.
it.
Nan Stiles would know.
Yes, that's true.
But anyway, this is the auto harp that I'm working on, that I play most of the time, and I wanted to play it in the contest, but I'm good enough
you
to.
worked so hard,
I
George.
did.
couldn't
I tried
believe
for
it.
2 months.
You worked
I practiced
hard.
every day, and I realized at the last minute, you know what? I'm not gonna do well with it, and people are gonna think, gee, what kind of an auto harp is that? So I didn't play it in the contest, but we're gonna play it the rest of this show and for many shows to come.
Now here he will not have his hands crossed.
won't cross my
Ivan
hands.
says Nan's out shopping.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, we'll ask her later. Here's a song that was recorded by Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Oh wait,
Was-
Debbie Lane is here. I
Oh,
didn't mean to
hello,
interrupt you,
Debbie.
but late in, but I'm here. We'll rewatch the beginning part after.
Please do. Wonderful to have you.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking part of your Saturday to join us here.
Welcome.
This song was written by Terry Gilkison, was recorded by Tennessee Ernie Ford, and it's one of Lynn's favorite songs. It's called The Cry of the Wild Goose. Tonight, let me find the right. Tonight I heard the wild goose cry. Let me get this, folks. Tonight I heard the wild goose cry, winging north in the lonely sky. Tried to sleep, but it ain't no use, 'cause I am the brother to the old wild goose. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering heart, wandering foot, or a heart at rest? The cabin is warm, and the snow's deep, and I've got a woman, she lies asleep. When she wakes at tomorrow's dawn, she'll find, poor critter, that her man is gone. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? My woman was kind and true to me, thinks she loves me, the mournful she. She's gotta learn that it ain't no use to love the brother to the old wild goose. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Spring has come, and the ice will break, and I can't linger for a woman's sake. She'll see a shadow pass overhead, she'll find a feather beside my bed. My heart knows what the wild goose knows, and I must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest? Wild goose.
Wow. Polly Daigle is here.
Hello, Polly.
She said, "Hi, Lynn and George. We've been working in the yard and stepped in for some lunch. Nice to have you serenade us."
Well, thank you. I'm happy to play for you while you're eating your lunch, and I will be in touch with you shortly about a matter that I'm not going to discuss here. It's not anything bad, but want to kind of pick you guys' brains a little bit about something that you said in at MLAG. Here's a song. Any other comments, Lynn?
No, that's
Okay.
the last one.
All right. I figured you'd be reading.
I would
them
be
if they
right
had
on
them.
there telling you. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a Woody Guthrie tune.
Oh wait,
and
Flip, great song, very well done.
thank you.
Now we have.
I've learned not to dig at this. This auto harp is so good that if I play it heavy-handed the way I did my Oscar Schmidt, it doesn't sound very good, and I can't hit melody notes very well. And Pete, what you said about support and angle really helped me, because now I lift my elbow a little bit, and when I do that, I can play the doggone thing. All right. Here's a Woody Guthrie tune. And Ivan will tell you that Woody put his words to other people's tunes. He never wrote a tune in his life. So this is called Hard Travelin'. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been riding them fast rattlers, I thought you know. I've been running them flat wheelers way down the road. I've been riding them flying passengers, dead enders, kicking up cinders. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been hitting some hard rock mining, I thought you know. I've been leaning on a pressure drill way down the road. Hammer flying, air hole sucking, 6 foot of mud and I sure been mucking. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been hitting some hard harvesting, I thought you know. I've been North Dakota to Kansas City, way down the road. Cutting that wheat, stacking that hay, trying to make about $1 a day. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been working that Pittsburgh steel, I thought you know. I've been dumping that red hot slag way down the road. I've been blasting, I've been firing, I've been pouring that red hot iron. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been laying in a hard rock jail, I thought you know. I've been laying out 90 days way down the road. Damn old judge said to me, it's 90 days for vagrancy. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, I thought you know. I've been having some hard traveling way down the road. I've been having some hard traveling, hard rambling, hard gambling. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord. I've been having some hard traveling, Lord.
Yeah,
See, Pete, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Oh, and what a beautiful sound you have there.
Yeah, this auto harp is amazing. I mean, the diatonic is really robust, but it's using double strings and everything. This
This is a chromatic.
This is a chromatic, and it's set up like my Oscar Schmidt, except that it's reversed. The buttons are on the left, and I'm starting to learn.
I
how
thought
to
he was
play
out
it.
of his mind. I really did, but it's worked out to be.
When I first got it, I thought I was out of my mind too. I said, "What have I done?" But it's going to work out.
I want to thank Pete personally for this beautiful instrument.
Anyway,
It is
it is
gorgeous.
a marvelous instrument, and
And it's beautiful to look at. It's,
yeah, and it's got inlays.
yes.
The action is real low. The leaf springs, I got to see him. Pete had one of his harps with quick change bars, and he pulled a couple of bars out so I could look at it at MLAG, and they're look like some kind of a nylon or something. But anyway,
Cindy said this one suits your playing, and also it
Yeah.
will take some time to get used to the diatonic, which I believe.
well, actually, I can hit the strings, Cindy, pretty well, because cross-handed to me is like wearing a comfortable pair of old shoes. But I don't know about open noting, and I don't, there's just a lot of things I don't know. And I don't know if the chord set is a standard one for an F diatonic, or if there even is such a thing. But I'll get in touch with you, and because I want to do it justice. It's, Greg learned his craft from George Orthy, and I love the harp. I would have taken Pete's D, but I just, at least so far, I don't play a lot of instrumentals, and I don't sing a lot of songs in D.
Hardly ever.
And I do sing a lot of songs in F, and that was the only, that was the deciding factor. I may live to regret that once I learn to play instrumentals, but I want to thank all three luthiers that contributed a harp to the gathering.
Got a couple more comments when you.
I'm sure Greg and Doug will thoroughly enjoy theirs as well. Go ahead.
Benji's here. Charles.
Hey, Ben.
Benjamin Harris. I'm late but here, and Felix Moron. I don't know how to say your name, sir. He said, "Hi, Lynn and George. Congratulations on your success at MLAG. You are now a living legend."
Oh dear. Well, thank you, Felix. I'll try to live up to that. It was just a life event.
Yes.
It really was. And I also want to say, before Pete and Polly get away, I want to let everybody know Lulu is now retired. And to put a capper on what was an incredible 10 days, the day on Wednesday the 15th, I got a call from Southeastern Guide Dogs, and they found me a new dog. And I go to class in Palmetto, Florida on the 10th of July. And that was not a quid pro quo. I committed to giving them the money before I even applied for a dog.
Yes.
And I've been waiting almost a year since I was approved. And I'm going to get another dog, and we'll see how Lulu adapts to that. But
Ivan said, "I can help you with a diatonic via Zoom sometime."
Okay.
And Rita Persing is here.
hello, Rita.
It was nice meeting you at MLAG. Congratulations again. And then Cindy said, "You won't regret it if you decide to play fiddle tunes. You can always retune and refrigerate to something other than F." She did say-
Refrigerate?
That's the word that's there, I'm sure of it. Retune, and I think she might have meant... And anyway...
Is that what you meant?
I don't know.
I don't think I have a refrigerator that big. I'm sure that's not
And
quite...
Cindy said, "Oh, awesome."
Thank you.
So...
All right. This is where I lose all my politically correct friends. And this is one of the few songs that I play in G. It was written and recorded by Shel Silverstein, the Chad Mitchell Trio, and a couple of other brave souls. It's called The Three-Legged Man. It's one of Dan's favorites.
Oh,
I'll
I
rope
like
him in
this.
on this too. That way he can take some of the heat.
Cindy meant refelt
Oh,
to something else. It's that autocorrect.
yeah,
It
yeah.
will
Facebook
mess
will
you
do that to
up.
you. You gotta keep typing. Yes, and fortunately, we between all of my family, we can restring and we can refelt.
Yes.
Um,
We tried lowering action.
And we tried
sort of
lowering
did
action,
that.
and we kind of did it, but we don't have
didn't have
all
the
the
right-
materials
right.
that we need. And I haven't yet disassembled one of the Oscar Schmidts to see how Pete and Greg and them do it.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, Lynn says, no more, no, stop.
Well, it makes me nervous to work on the harp. And I keep getting better at it, but...
Oh, yeah.
And then Cindy said, drag you autocorrect.
Yeah. It comes up with some unique things.
Yes, it does. We've experienced that
Okay.
ourselves here and there.
So, here we go. This is called The Three-Legged Man. Well, now, friend, you'll never guess it, so I really must confess it. I just met the sweetest woman of my longest life. But a friend of mine said, buddy, just in case your mind is muddy, don't you know that girl you're fooling with is Pegleg Johnson's wife? And that man is big and tough, mean, grim, and he'll brain you with his artificial limb. But next morning, bright and early, I stole old Pegleg's girlie, and I also took his wooden leg just to play it safe. But there weren't no time for laughter, cause he started hopping after, and I keep on running faster, but he won't give up the chase. And I'm running through the mountains with his bride, and I got his wooden leg here by my side. I'm a three-legged man with a two-legged woman being chased cross-country by a one-legged fool. Oh, he's hopping and he's flopping and he show no sign stopping. I tell you, boys, this life is hard and cruel. Through the deserts and the valleys and those dark Chicago alleys, cross the mighty Mississippi to the hills of Caroline, cross the mountains of Montana, through the swamps of Louisiana, and every time that I look back, he's just one step behind. And I know he must be cold, wet, and sick, but in spite of all his troubles, he can kick. I'm a three-legged man with a two-legged woman being chased cross-country by a one-legged fool. Oh, he's hopping and he's flopping and he show no sign stopping. I tell you, boys, his life is hard and cruel. Ragged and he's filthy, and I'm feeling kind of guilty, especially in the evening when I hear him pleading beg. He says, spite of all your stealing, friend, I'll bear you no hard feelings. You can keep the damned old woman, but please give me back my leg. For although the leg you meant to take was wooden, in the dark, by mistake, you got my good one. I'm a three-legged man with a two-legged woman chased cross-country by a one-legged fool. Oh, he's hopping and he's flopping and he show no sign stopping. I tell you, boys, this life is hard and cruel.
Yeah. Cindy then went on to say, drat, exclamation point, you, explanation, autocorrect, And Polly said, you really are getting the hang of it, George. We loved listening to you play the Tahoma. And Amber said, one of my all-time favorites, with a heart.
Yeah.
We love that one.
Shel Silverstein was the most irreverent songwriter I know. And we'll go from that to something that just drips nostalgia. Hey, Lynn got me this big old mug for Father's Day. Look at that. And it's
there it is.
It's a ceramic. Is it?
Yeah, I
Can you
think it
see
says Dad on
It does. Maybe on this side.
the man, the myth, the legend.
There
is
we
what
go.
it says. The man, the myth,
the man,
the
the
myth.
myth, the legend.
I had to. It's a big one, that's true.
Loaded today with homemade iced tea.
I
Little
like
caffeine. All right, let's see here. Okay, this song is called Old Mullins Hill. I do not know who wrote it. It was recorded by a Yankee bluegrass group called the Good Brothers. And they sing and play bluegrass without all the nasal stuff. And it's really very nice. It's called Old Mullins Hill. It's been 60 hard years since I was a kid, though it seems like it was just yesterday. When I think back on the things that we did, I can still hear the laughter as we used to play. Oh, the boys and the girls, we all go swimming. We had our own way of getting our thrills. Oh, the boys were not men and the girls were not women, so we'd go in naked back at old Mullins Hill. Thank God for the memories, they bring us such joy. Reminds me of days when I was a boy. We laughed and we played till we had our fill. We'd swim and have fun back at old Mullins Hill. Sometimes we'd play hooky and the boys would go fishing for catfish and shiners at the old swimming hole. To land us the big ones, we all be wishing, with a safety pin hook and an old bamboo pole. On our way home, we'd take the shortcut down through the orchard past Charlie the Bull. He'd always come running, but he'd never catch us, and we'd eat green apples until we were full. Thank God for the memories, they bring us such joy. Reminds me of days when I was a boy. We laughed and we played till we had our fill. We'd swim and have fun back at old Mullins Hill. Like cowboys and Indians, we tracked down each other with a homemade bow and arrow and a Roy Rogers gun. My posse was me, my dog and my brother. The outlaws and rustlers, we captured each one. Thank God for the memories, they bring us such joy. Reminds me of days when I was a boy. We laughed and we played till we had our fill. We'd swim and have fun back at old Mullins Hill. Thank God for the memories, they bring us such joy. Reminds me of days when I was a boy. We laughed and we played till we had our fill. We'd swim and have fun back at old Mullins Hill.
Terry said, fantastic afternoon of music. Wow, songs of my little years. And then laughing, crying face, not that little. Love it.
Thanks, Terry.
And Sandy Leonard Polvinale. I'm sorry, don't want to mess up your name like that. Polvinale. And said, this is a sweet tune. And Terry Linder spelled out beautiful in capitals with spaces in between to emphasize the word.
Hey, y'all, Terry Linder does a heck of a live stream from time to time on Facebook. You want to catch them.
Yes.
They're really good.
Sandy said Polvinale.
Polvinale.
Yeah, Polvinale.
Well, it's awfully nice to have you. I don't think
Yes.
we've met before, but welcome to our virtual back porch down
Yes.
here in Arab, Alabama. Otto
Goodness,
Hart
yes.
down home. I picture all of you sitting around, with something to drink and something good to eat, and we're just playing music. I can see it in my mind's eye.
Sandy said she's from Fairfield, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
She might
glad
have
to
been
know
at
you.
MLAG too, so I don't
She
know.
may have. I met so many people. I apologize if I don't remember them all. I really had a good time, and people had a lot of questions about me and the dog and all of that, and I'm always happy to answer those because that's the only way people can learn about it.
Well, yeah.
Here is a song that was done by a group called the Capitals. I think it's the only hit they had. I don't know who wrote it. It's called A Little Ground in Texas. She was young and she was pretty, and she grew up poor and wanting better things. She was wild, she was willing, and she knew the things a woman's touch could bring. She was all lonely, she pretended he was all and lonely. She pretended that she cared, and in his eagerness to please her, he spent every dime he'd ever saved on her. And he said, I still own a little ground in Texas. I expect to leave somebody later on. I still own a little ground in Texas. My daddy left me out near San Antonio. When she found he had no money, she said, honey, that's as far as our love goes. And in time it finally killed him, for he willed himself to die. He loved her so. A couple of acres, more or less, meant nothing to the girl. He loved her so he'd offered everything he'd ever owned in the world. And he said, you can own a little ground in Texas if you'll just stay around until I'm gone. You can own a little ground in Texas. I think it's somewhere out near San Antonio. It was just a few years later, she was broke and working in a third-rate bar. She was overweight and 30. Guess her beauty hadn't gotten her that far. Through her tears she reads the paper, how the old man had passed on. And he left the state 2 acres, situated in the heart of San Antonio. Now she said, I could have owned a little ground in Texas if I hadn't left the one true love I'd known. I could have owned a little ground
I hadn't left the one true love I'd known. I could have owned a little ground in Texas, a little ground in downtown San Antonio. Oops.
Bob had to leave. He said, I will have to watch it tomorrow. The sound is bad here now. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. I hope the next show comes through loud and clear. And best to you and Brenda. Have a good
Let me
evening.
move the mic just a little closer to you, just there. I think
And,
I had moved it away a little bit, but not far enough. I don't think.
We'll see you. No, that's too close. You had it right before.
All right, let's put it. I don't want to fix something.
There you go.
There you go.
That's all right. Here's a song from the CD. Was written by Tom T. Hall and recorded by Tom T., who recently passed away at the age of 85. And he was singing and performing right up to the end. It's called I Want My Dog Back. For those of you who are first-timers and all, let me say, I was the 2022 recipient of the Cohen Grapple Recording Endowment, handled by the Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Gathering. Met Bob and Linda. They're wonderful people. Sat down and jammed with Bob for a little while. He's funnier than I am. He's got some comedy songs that I'm flat got to learn. But I won the I won the grant. I won I was the recipient, and I wanted to do something special. Again, whenever I do something the first time, I approach it like it's the only time I'm ever going to get to do it. So I try to put my very best into it, and I decided that. Because dogs are such a huge part of my life. I mean, I have one with me 24/7 almost. My guide dog, Lulu, who is probably sleeping and dreaming of going somewhere. But anyway, this CD is 13 songs about dogs. And it traces the path of dog ownership from the day you pick out a puppy at the pound and are all excited about it until the heartbreaking day when you have to say goodbye. And this is one of the songs from that CD. If you'd like to have a copy, you can go to autoharpdownhome.com and pick one up. And every penny of the proceeds goes to Southeastern Guide Dogs for the training of other great guides like Lulu, although they did not train her, full disclosure.
I have two comments from Sandy. One about the grant, the win there being presented with. Proud of you. And she also said, you were inspiring me to getting my harp out now with a heart.
Yeah, get it out, tune it up, play along.
Yeah.
These songs aren't hard. But yeah, don't let your auto harp. I did that. I put my auto harp down for 5 years, and I didn't touch it unless somebody came by and said, "Hey, how about playing us a couple tunes?" And then in the Sunday after Thanksgiving in 2017, Lynn came in. I don't know what I was doing, but she said, "Come out here and listen to this." One of her Facebook friends was doing a live stream, and he was playing guitar and reading comments and
having a great
time and everything. And I said, I don't want to listen to this. And it was live and everything. And the more I listened to it, the more it occurred to me. And I said, Lynn, I could do this. I could do this. And we could play for people again and everything. Well, it took us a while. It took us about 18 months to get all the equipment and gear and technique and all together. But we've been doing these live streams since March of 2019, about a year before COVID. And I'm so glad that she pried me out from behind what I was doing that day to listen to her friend play.
Sandy said, yep, 4 years for me from a huge move off my farm. That kind of thing can do it.
Yes,
put
it
you
really
in a
can.
place where you just don't ever feel quite set. I'm glad you did get it back out.
Well, she says she's tempted to get
Oh,
it
she's
out.
tempting.
I hope,
Tempted, I mean.
I hope you will. And tune it up and play some music.
Yes.
Play the songs you like, but play. Here's I Want My Dog Back. I came home from work last night and this is what I found. My wife was gone, my dog was gone, there was no one around. She took the car, she took my dog, I don't know where she's at. I don't care where she went, I want my dog back. I want my dog back, he is faithful, he is true. I want my dog back, I don't know what I'll do. If he gets out, he'll come on home. He knows that I'll be blue. The only thing that worries me is she might come back too. I never understood that girl, but I sure love that pup. He knows where the bones are hid and he can dig 'em up. He sniffs out the neighborhood for a female he can track. He's smarter than she is, I want my dog back. I want my dog back, he is faithful, he is true. I want my dog back, I don't know what I'll do. If he gets out, he'll come on home. He knows that I'll be blue. The only thing that worries me is she might come back too. You know the thing that bothers me, what gets to me the worst. She don't care for my old dog, she just wants me to hurt. She can come and get the stuff she didn't think to pack. All I want from her, I want my dog back. Now if anybody sees my wife, tell her give me a call. I won't even raise my voice, I just want my dog is all. I'll make her an offer, there will be no questions asked. She can have it all, I want my dog back. I want my dog back, he is faithful, he is true. I want my dog back, I don't know what I'll do. If he gets out, he'll come on home, he knows that I'll be blue. The only thing that worries me is she might come back too. Yeah, the only thing that worries me is she might come back too.
Ivan said, loved working with you on this project. It's a great CD, and we are oh so grateful.
And everybody is struck by the packaging. People look at it, they don't even have a CD player. They want to buy it because they look at the graphics and the package.
Beautiful work, Ivan.
And I may, in fact, have more work for you if we do a second run.
Yes.
Where we'll want to brand it. But I'll talk to you about that later. I didn't this time because I didn't know if the school I wanted to donate to would have approved the project, and then I'd have had a white elephant. So
Yeah.
here's a song written by Johnny Horton and recorded by him. It's called The Battle of New Orleans. In 1814 we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we caught the bloody British in the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't nigh as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running. on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we look down the river and we see the British come, and there must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood behind our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept a coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take 'em by surprise if we didn't fire muskets till we looked 'em in the eyes. We held our fire till we see their faces well. Then we opened up the squirrel guns and really gave 'em well. We fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch 'em all down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We fired our cannon till the barrel melted down. Then we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. We filled his head with cannonballs and powdered his behind. And when we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. We fired our guns and the British kept a-comin'. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch 'em on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Up, 2, 3, 4, sound off. 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, sound off. 3, 4.
Wow. Deborah Lynn Brace McInnes is with us. Hi, guys. Just
Hello,
stopping
Debbie.
in to say hello.
Well, I'm glad you did.
And Lavonda said, another memory from Sandra's time.
Yeah.
Wayback Machine.
Yeah, well, that's old people, we live in the past sometimes.
And Polly wants to know, do you know The Last Great Waltz?
I do not, but Lynn will write it down and I shall do my best to learn it for you. I've heard it. I think it was played in the contest a couple times, and I have all of the CDs from 2016 up till now, so... And remember, folks, if you joined us late, if you want to get a copy of a recording of all the songs that were played in the 2022 Mountain Laurel Auto Harp Championship Contest, go to mlag.org and click on the shop link and order yours now before they close orders, and you won't be able to get it.
Got that, George.
Here's a song called You Were On My Mind. It's kind of a folk rock thing. It was written by S. Fricker. Guess he or she wanted to remain anonymous. All kind of people recorded this. It's called You Were On My Mind. Woke up this morning, you were on my mind, and you were on my mind. Got some aches, got some pains, and got some wounds to bind. To the corner just to ease my pain. It was just to ease my pain. I got drunk and I got sick and I come home again. Woke up this morning, you were on my mind, and you were on my mind. Got some to travel. Walk away, my blue. Woke up this morning, you were on my mind, and you were on my mind. Got some aches and got some pains and got some wounds to bind.
Polly said the Smothers Brothers used to perform it. It's an oldie, but I loved it. And Debbie Lane loved this song with a heart.
Thank you, Debbie. And Polly, write that down, because I've got every album the Smothers Brothers ever cut, thanks to my good buddy Sam Ward up in Toronto. So I will, if the Smothers Brothers did it, it's got to be good. Those guys were funny. They really were. Here's a song that was written by Lavetta Pippin, Fred Thomas, and Warren Michael Devaver. Very popular it was recorded and made a hit by Hank Williams. I thought he wrote most of his stuff, and I thought he wrote this, but according to the all-knowing, all-wise, probably all-wrong internet, he didn't. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will pine someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you.
bit at the end.
Thank you.
Rita said Susie Snowflake was my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Susie Snowflake. Write that down too.
Okay.
Again with the Smothers Brothers.
Okay.
If it weren't for Lynn, I wouldn't be able to get back to you on this stuff. I have finger picks on my right hand, so I'm half blind.
And Felix Morin said, thanks for that one, Hank Williams forever. Yes, me too.
Yes, indeed. And his son, too.
Yeah, and Kevin said, Lynn, do you also play? No, Kevin, I do not. I sing sometimes.
She sure can sing, though.
But no, my thing has always been painting and drawing and painting. I do.
She's an artist.
Art.
Yeah. And she was an artist when we married 46 years ago, too.
I don't remember a time when I didn't draw, so one of those people that just always.
It wasn't a
was
great
into it.
internet day, but
Oh,
if
goodness.
you go to this page, Auto Harp Down Home, you can see all our past performances, and you can also see them on YouTube if you look up Auto
Yeah,
Harp
there's
Down
some
Home.
really good songs.
And the show we did last, before I went to MLAG on the 28th of May, was all Lynn's solos and duets. And some of them weren't great because we were
No, I
having
was so
internet problems and
nervous.
she was nervous. But a lot of them
What
were.
in the world was going on, and half my attention was on that.
But I recommend it anyway if you want to hear, because she's a pretty good singer.
Thank you.
She really is.
Kevin said, okay, thanks, Lynn. The other thing that I am wanting to do is get another oboe. I used to play the
Yeah, she was
oboe
an
years
oboe
and years
player.
ago. I got a reed. Have a reed.
I think an auto harp and an oboe would be. I've
wanna
never
get an
heard them
oboe.
play together, but we're going to do it.
Yeah,
Country oboe. Hey, we'll be
see.
unique.
Yeah.
We'll make another CD. We'll be famous.
Yeah.
It's like that guy, make you famous. Here's a song that was recorded by a guy in the 60s. So this is like 60 years old or more. Some of the stuff's kind of dated. The guy's name was Jim Nesbitt, and it's called You Better Watch Your Friends. Don't worry about your enemies. You better watch your friends. They'll pop it to you if they can. You know how friends are. They always act so nice. They'll get something on you if they can. Me and my wife was full of joy when we had us a little baby boy. The neighbors said he looked just like the Iceman. Of course, I felt pretty good about it. Everybody has his girlfriend, but the Iceman has his pick. I wanted me a good bird dog, so I went to see my friend. I figured he wouldn't sell me a dog that was bad. The dog was so old when he tried to point, his tail fell out joint by joint, and to cap the stack, he'd every chicken that I had. You ever try to sew a dog's tail back on? They got me for retailing dogs without a license. Don't worry about your enemies. You better watch your friends. They'll pop it to you if they can. I bought my wife a cook stove from some friends down the street. These are people I won't ever forget. I stuck a match to the cooking eye and it blowed the old lady 9 miles high. That was last week and she ain't got back yet. Of course, I ain't worried about the old gal. She's been higher than that and always come back. Then my next door neighbor, we're real good friends. When I was broke, I could always get along. He said we'll be friends for life. I caught him running around with my wife, a hugging and a kissing and a carrying on. I didn't mind that hugging and kissing. Mercy, I didn't like that carrying on. Don't worry about your enemies. You better watch your friends. They'll pop it to you if they can. Yeah, you sure better watch them friends. They'll sure sack you up. Mercy, they're tough.
Kevin said, okay, thanks, Lynn. And then Lavonda said, I am going to have to go, but great show and congratulations again. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, I'll give you a call one afternoon. Email me and tell me when's good for you, and we'll get together before I go to Guide Dogs.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Kevin said, hilarious, shades of John Prine.
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
that's true. Look him up, Jen Nesbitt. He did a lot of funny stuff. Like I said, some of it's kind of dated.
We're at 2:53.
Oh, we're going. Do you want to run overtime or?
Well, I don't know how many you're talking.
Several. But I do want to play this one.
Okay.
Roy Clark made a hit with this, and I think he wrote it, but I'm not sure. It's called Yesterday When I Was Young. It seems the love I've known has always been the most destructive kind. I guess that's why now I feel so old before my time. Yesterday, when I was young, the taste of life was sweet as rain upon my tongue. I teased as life as if it were a foolish game, the way the evening breeze may tease a candle flame, the thousand dreams I dreamed, the splendid things I planned, I always built to last on weak and shifting sand. I lived by night and shunned the naked light of day. Only now I see how the years ran away. Yesterday, when I was young, so many happy songs were waiting to be sung. So many wild pleasures lay in store for me. And so much pain my dazzled eyes refused to see. I ran so fast that time and youth at last ran out. I never stopped to think what life was all about. In every conversation I can now recall concerned itself with me and nothing else at all. Yesterday the moon was blue, and every crazy day brought something new to do. I used my magic AA as if it were one, and you never saw the waste and emptiness beyond. The game of love I played with arrogance and pride, and every flame I lit too quickly died. The friends I made all seemed somehow to drift away. If only I am left on stage to end the play. There are so many songs in me that won't be sung. I feel the bitter taste of tears upon my tongue. The time has come for me to pay for yesterday when I was young.
Kevin says, keep going.
There's one vote.
Yep, there's a vote.
I like you, Kevin.
And John Wendling, I think Charles, as Navor wrote yesterday when I was young, Willie Nelson does a great cover.
Thank you.
I have not heard Willie play that. I need
We'll
to try to find that.
We'll look it up.
I have only heard Roy Clark sing that, and I was like you. I thought he wrote it, but he did not.
Okay. Well.
And Howard Solomon, yeah, keep going. There's, okay.
Okay.
I say keep going.
You've talked me into it. It wasn't very hard.
talked me into it.
Twist
You
my
sm-
pinky. Okay.
What as my dad used to say, you talked me into it, you smooth talker.
All right. Here's a song from my roots. I loved folk music. This was written by Randy Sparks and done by the New Christy Minstrels. And it's called Tin Whistle.
Oh.
I bought a wooden whistle and it wouldn't whistle no matter what I would do. It was a wooden whistle, but it wouldn't whistle, so I sat right down and went ooh, ooh, ooh. I bought a steel whistle, but it still wouldn't whistle no matter how I tried. It was a shiny steel whistle, just as simple. It was a shiny steel whistle, but it still wouldn't whistle, so I sat right down and cried. Then I bought a tin whistle, just a simple tin whistle. It only cost a dime. Just an ordinary whistle, just a simple tin whistle. And now I tin whistle all the time. Oops.
I have Debbie Lane, keep on keeping on. And I have Lois Conklin.
Hello, Lois.
She said, just caught the end of show. We'll have to do the rerun. Hope you talked about MLAG, etc.
I did. You can hear all about it if you
Yes.
just catch it later.
And see the new harp.
And you can see
he's-
the new harp, and
and,
you can see the plaque I got.
This plaque. And she said, greetings from California.
Thank
So-
you.
Or CA. I
It's
said California.
great to
Yeah.
hear from you.
I'm so proud of him. I think I popped the P into the microphone, but I am very proud.
Don't worry about it. Here's a song that was written by a guy who bills himself as Hobo Jim. He sang a lot of songs about the wilderness in Alaska. He did a song about the Iditarod sled dog race. And this one's called My Grandpa Hunted Coon. Which key do I play it in? Oh, yes. I was born on a farm with a simple charm of a small Midwestern home, with the rafters hewn of the piney woods, foundation built of stone. And the silo clung to the big red barn, but my favorite memory still were the fields and the streams and the woods and the dreams and the deer running through the hills. And my grandpa hunted coon in the middle of the night, with a pack of dogs a-howling while the moon is shining bright. It's an old family tradition and it's gonna carry on, and my son'll do the hunting when I'm gone. My son'll do the hunting when I'm gone. In a little country farmhouse in my childhood memories, my daddy grabbed the rifle and he handed it to me. And I learned that many years ago his father done the same. And the rifle always travels with the name. And the rifle always travels with the name. My grandpa hunted coon in the middle of the night, with a pack of dogs a-howling while the moon is shining bright. That's an old family tradition and it's gonna carry on, and my son'll do the hunting when I'm gone. My son'll do the hunting when I'm gone. Well, I learned to love the wilderness and read her many signs. It was there I took my troubles, for she gave me peace of mind. And then when I grew older, I learned the value of that gun. Wasn't killing but the pleasures of the hunt. Wasn't killing but the pleasures of the hunt. And my grandpa hunted coon in the middle of the night, with a pack of dogs a-howling when the moon is shining bright. That's an old family tradition and it's gonna carry on, and my son'll do the hunting when I'm gone. And my son'll do the hunting when I'm gone.
Yeah.
Hobo Jim.
What a great song.
Yeah.
We know, we knew some folks who liked to coon hunt at one point, I think. Go out at night like that. Coon dogs.
Yeah.
Your dad had a coon dog for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't hunt.
Blue tick.
My dad was a rabbit and a deer and a pheasant hunter. He never.
Never hunted coon.
Well, while from my earliest memories, he never hunted with a rifle.
Ah.
The closest he came was shooting deer slugs out of a 12 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a song that is a traditional song. We don't know who created it. Lots of people recorded it. It's called Bury Me Beneath the Willow. Bury Me Beneath the Willow. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I'm sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. So bury me beneath a willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me.
Now we have Chuck Kupferschmidt.
Hello, Chuck.
He's here. He says, "Hello from Maryland."
Oh wow,
And
this is a
Chuck
real
Kupferschmidt,
privilege.
one of the acoustic coots.
Yes, indeed. And the other one was here earlier.
Ivan was early. Yes.
He ran out on you.
Yeah. He says he's Chuck is checking in late. I'll have to check out the archived version to watch the whole show. Loved seeing and meeting you at MLAG.
Oh, I loved it too. And I loved you guys live. There's something special about you guys live.
I wish I could have seen.
I laughed my you-know-what off.
Oh, and Philippa said, I used to go out with friends coon hunting over in Morgan County.
Yeah.
Smile face.
There-
Yes.
there were-
By the full moon, you know.
everything that could go on did go on in Morgan County.
Yeah, and Kevin said, I'm learning a lot by watching your fingering. It
Oh.
looks like you substitute.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I think he wasn't finished
Oh.
with the comment before. Give it a minute,
Okay.
because that happens with Facebook. Ivan says, I'm still here.
Oh, you're still here. All right. Well, say hello to Chuck.
Chuck, Ivan, Chuck.
Yeah, you got it.
We're still here, too.
Was it Kevin who was interested in the finger?
Yes, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he was. Looks like you substitute. Kevin said, I'm learning a lot by watching your fingering. It looks like you substitute one finger for another at times.
Yeah, it just depends on where my hand is.
Which one you have to go to next,
Right.
too, I imagine, has a little.
So here's a G chord. All right, now I started out 2 fingers. And yes, I see what you mean, because I did it then too. Then I did this. Well, that sounded pretty good. So then I did this. Well, that sounded pretty good, but there's not much range there, so I added a finger. So then I added another finger. Well, let's use all 4.
All of them.
And that's the evolution of it.
Yeah. Ivan said, hello, Chuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, how long have you been playing, George?
I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say since like spring of '75.
Yeah.
So about
Not
about,
constantly every day or anything throughout that whole time.
No,
but
I
that's
gave
when
it
you
up for a
first
while,
picked it
like
up.
but all right. All right. Here's a song about a different kind of coon hunter. Now, we heard about the guy with the family tradition, and his family hunted coon, and his grandpa hunted coon, and all of that. Here's a guy who hunted coon for a whole different reason. I believe it was written, and I know it was sung by Jim Dyme, D-Y-M-E. And here it is. It's called the Coon Dog Song. Original title, huh?
Ah, yes.
Old Newton McGraw She made that poor old Newton toe the line, till he knowed he had to find some good excuse to get away now and then or lose his mind. Well, he finally hit upon his big idea. He went out and bought a pack of good coon hounds. And whenever that old woman started getting on his nerves, he'd go out hunting coon all night long. One night somewhere way out in the backwoods, he found the cabin of that lonely Widow Jones. Nudie tried to fight her off best he could. Her sweet perfume just made spaghetti of his bones. Now when Nudie got back home in the morning, his old woman was as hot as she could be. She said, "Ain't that perfume I smell all over you?" He said, "No, dear, it's that new potion I put on the dogs to kill fleas." Now all Nudie's coonhounds wear perfume. The same kind that you'd find on Widow Jones. Now all Nudie's coonhounds wear perfume. Those fleas laugh so hard they just fall off on the ground. Now old Newt, he goes a-hunting more and more. Them dogs is they're looking mighty poor. They're ashamed to tree coon wearing all that cheap perfume. But Nudie don't care what they don't catch anymore. Today Nudie's wife passed the Widow Jones at the general store. One whiff of that perfume bout and made her sneeze. Didn't take her long to put two and two together. She figured out that Widow Jones must have fleas. Now all Nudie's coonhounds wear perfume. Same kind that you'd find on Widow Jones. Now all Nudie's coonhounds wear perfume. Those fleas laugh so hard they just fall off on the ground. And that's why all Nudie's coonhounds wear Chanel number K9 perfume.
Lulu's walking around over here speaking of canines.
Hey, K9 Lulu.
Kevin said, I was actually talking about your chord playing fingers.
Oh,
I wondered about that too when he said that. Anyway, he said, at times I need to slide my index finger where my middle finger was so I can reach the next key because I think we're back.
I hope so.
Reconnection is successful.
Oh, good.
Sorry, guys. That wasn't...
Yes, I see what you're talking about, Kevin.
Yeah.
I do that too. See, I hear... So yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, you've got to play the chord, not pluck again while you change fingers over here.
Oh, there.
Because if you do, you get a train wreck.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I do that without thinking about it. But yeah, that's right. Well, folks, it has been a real pleasure
it's been so
playing
fun.
for you. The time has just flown by, and thank you for celebrating my championship and my
Yes.
CD with us today. It means an awful lot to me that y'all came by. If you one thing I forgot to mention, I need to get to MLAG next year because
Right.
I'm supposed to do a concert. So if you can be even more generous and dip into your meager store of dollars, you could put something in, a little something in our tip jar. We'd really appreciate it. It's PayPal, autoharp.down.home@gmail.com. Or there's a donate link on autoharpdownhome.com, which will take you to the same place. And with your help, we'll get back and we'll play another concert. We'll play our first concert. Actually, I've only played on stage like 3 or 4 times. I played twice at MLAG and once at the California Auto Harp. So yeah, I've only played on stage 3 times.
But you love it.
Oh, it's
Man,
it's
it's
wonderful.
intoxicating.
It's like dope. I mean, it's great. But anyway, if you could see your way clear to giving us $1 or $2, we'd appreciate it. And if you can't, come on back and see us anyway. We love
for
y'all.
Sure.
And
Ivan said another pleasant afternoon of music. Thank you, Lynn and George. And Kevin said, yes, that is exactly what I was asking. Thanks again. I love this concert.
well, thank you, Kevin. Come on back and see us. We're going to do one on the 9th of July. We do it on
That
the
is
second
right
and
before
fourth
you
Saturdays, the day before I go to Guide Dogs.
Guide
I'm
Dogs, and
gonna
then
put
it'll
a show
be
together.
Felix said, thanks for the songs. Good night. It's 10 p.m. here.
Oh,
my goodness, Felix.
Thanks for staying up so
Yes.
late with us, Felix, and thank you, Ivan. It was a real pleasure to meet you at MLAG,
goodness.
and
Yes.
I
And John said, congrats again. Now I have to cut my lawn.
Okay,
John.
guys. Well, I'll keep you from your chores. I'm sorry about that. Let me leave you with this. In the words of the immortal singing cowboy Roy Rogers, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you. Now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Down home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now, yeah?
And Debbie said, thank you, congratulations. And Philip said, we'll call you this week. Smile face.
Do that.
Yes, that was Sadie I was petting there for a minute. Here she is. I don't know if she's in the camera or not, but she's come over to see you, George. There she is.
Take care, y'all.
Bye. Yes, I see you, dog. I see that dog right there. I know.
I gotta bring up.
You want me to end?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on.
Add keywords to Watford. Type your search.